So at this point, I feel like everybody is familiar with what's going on with Dillon Danis, Logan Paul, and his girl Nina. And it's some craziness. And I felt like we should stop and maybe talk about it a little bit because there's definitely multiple sides to the way that you can look at this situation. For anybody that does not know, Dillon Danis is supposed to be fighting Logan Paul in a boxing match. And Nina is somebody that Logan Paul has proposed to and is getting married to. I think her last name is Agdal or something like that. But Dillon has been posting endless pictures of her with other guys. Now, it doesn't mean that she slept with every single guy, but a lot of them, they're kind of close or kissy, or so you assume that something has most likely went down, and it is what it is. I mean, any girl that you meet, you're gonna most likely have not been the first guy, especially as you get older in life. It's just when they're not a celebrity, you don't get to see all of the pictures and all the different people and all the different stories and stuff like that. So that kind of changes it a little bit for some people. Some people are like, it doesn't really matter, who cares? Her past is her past. And I could respect both sides of that. I honestly can. For me, I don't think I'd be able to do it. And it's not like a insecurity thing. It's just, I probably wouldn't date somebody who was famous because I don't want to have to see and be aware of all these different things or the parties that she's went to, because I've heard some odd stories about her when I was looking up some of the stuff regarding this video. Again, just because you date somebody who's not a celebrity doesn't mean that they haven't done some of that crazy stuff. You're just not going to be aware of it unless someone comes out and decides that they want to tell you something. Is Dillon doing Logan a favor? Because some people are like, I would definitely not marry her after finding all this out. Other people, again, are like, her past is her past. I feel like it's got to be causing some tension. Maybe he's not spoken to her about it, but in his mind, as a man, I find it hard to believe that he's not at least a little bit bothered by some of this stuff, or like, wow, I didn't know that, or I didn't know this, because there's a video where she says that she sucked a dick in a football stadium. It's just like, it's out there now. Everybody, and then people are going to try to find out who it is. And so I don't know. With the pictures and stuff, it was one thing. It was still something that I feel like I wouldn't personally want to be a part of, which is, again, why I wouldn't date a famous person. But then this video dropped.
By the way, I'm very proud of myself. This is the longest I've ever gone without sex since I started. Obviously, it's driving me crazy. I am struggling. I need penis inside of me. ASAP. Like, all I want is like a big fat sausage just destroying my body. So if any of you guys know a good dick that doesn't have STDs on it, I'll take it.
This is where it gets a little bit crazy for me, because she straight up posted a video saying, I just want to have my body destroyed by a fat sausage right now. Like, I'm kind of thrown that that's even something a woman would put out in a video. It's just crazy to be like, who does that? Like, now we're crossing some different lines now, right? Like, it's one thing to be like, hey, listen, every girl has a past. They've slept with other guys. They've been in different situations, so on and so forth. But not every girl has posted a video to social media or otherwise saying that they want a fat sausage to ravage their body and ask people out there if they knew of any good dicks to hit her up. Like, that's kind of making it a little bit crazy, like, right? And she said, like, I this is the longest I've gone without sex. I can't handle it, and I'm proud of myself though. And it's just a little bit odd. And then you have that clip from Logan on his Impulsive show with her, where they talk about how she made him wait so long for sex. But then when you hear this, and just like, she's out here just asking for any dick out there that's available, it's got to make you feel some type of way as a man. It has to make you feel some type of way as a man. I'm curious what you guys think, so definitely comment below as we go through this. But that kind of stuff it brings it to a whole different level, right? I mean, there's a past, then there's videos of you just straight up asking for dick. Not like, oh, I met this guy and we got along, we went on a few dates, and then I slept with him, and yes, that happened a few different times. It's you straight up just saying, does anybody know a good dick? Because I need it. Like, that's I just feel like that's the next level. And then the level above that would be like your girl having an OnlyFans where she's just getting railed by mad guys, which, again, some people are comfortable with that, and that's okay. I feel like it's weird when you call someone who's not comfortable with that insecure, because I don't think that that's where it comes from. It's just, there's things in life that you're accepting of and things that you're not accepting of, right? So that's just a part of it. I would listen, I'm gonna draw the line at pretty much all of it. Like, my girl having a past is inevitable. At this age, I'm not gonna meet somebody who's like, I've never touched a man before in my life. And if she hasn't, she might be a little bit weird. There might be something wrong with this woman. But to have it all there online, and specifically her talking about it and sharing it and saying that she's just looking for dick, like, that's where it gets a little bit You know, like I said, levels. There's levels to this. It's one thing if there was just pictures of her with these guys that she hung out with. It is what it is. That's going to happen because she's a celebrity. That kind of stuff is going to be up on the internet. But again, for her to say this,
all I want is like a big fat sausage just destroying my body.
I just feel like we're reaching some new heights. We're reaching some new heights, and Dillon claims that he has some videos that not only will get the fight called off, but potentially get him sued. And if it's worse than that video, that's crazy. Now, I think that he's probably just playing it up to get more engagement and to get people to try to follow him and stuff like that. And I don't know that he actually has a video that's that wild. But then again, when you got a video out there of you asking for the D, there's a chance that there's some videotapes of her doing some wild stuff with some guy or multiple guys, and that's what he's talking about. And he's like, listen, if I post this, I'm going to get myself in a lot of trouble because technically I don't think like you can record somebody in a sexual situation and then post it without their consent. You know what I'm saying? Which is why sometimes when people do stuff like that, or they take a video off of somebody's phone and it gets posted, there's legal action that ends up happening and you can get in some trouble and stuff. So I'm assuming if there is a video, if there actually is something that Dillon has that he's worried about sharing, that it's got to be at that level. It's got to be at that level where it's like her with multiple guys, or, you know, like, because I mean, if it's her with one guy, okay, cool. It sucks that it's recorded, but that's no different than if she was with a guy and it wasn't recorded, right? It's just that it happens to be on camera. Now, if it's some wild stuff, like she's getting a train ran on her or something, that's a little bit different. And I don't know. For me, it's just, I don't have kids. I don't plan on having kids, but Logan saying that he wants her to be the mother of his children, I'm just like, yo, but there's a video floating out there of her just saying that she wants a sausage to ravage her body. Or not, I don't even think she said ravage. I think she said destroy her body. It's just, at that point, like, I personally, you got to draw the line. You got to draw the line. I'm curious what you guys think. I'm not saying that what I am saying is this is how it has to be and this is how everybody should feel, because again, there's going to be some people that are like, I really don't give a shit. I mean, porn stars are married, like, right? And they get along perfectly fine and stuff like that. I do feel bad for the kids of porn stars and stuff, because as you get in school and your mom's all over the internet, you know, just getting railed and multiple guys and stuff like inevitably there's going to be some, I guess you could call it bullying, like, but it's kind of sad, but I guess you just have to have thick skin. It's just, as a kid, I just don't feel like that's a thing, right? When you're in school, you're so focused on reputation and what people think of you and different stuff like that, that it's hard for you to put that aside. Now, obviously, us as adults, once we graduate high school, looking back, you realize that you're not in contact with a lot of those people. Nothing that people really thought in high school mattered. A lot of people wish that if they went back, they would go about it completely differently, because they wouldn't have cared who thought what about them, and they would have did more things, right? Oh, I would have did the talent show, or I would have, you know, pursued this or pursued that, because I didn't at the time. I was so nervous that people would look at me like a nerd or look at me like, you know what I'm saying? And looking back, it's easy to say that, but when you're there in that position as the kid, it matters. It means everything to you because you're there all day, every day. It feels like that is your entire world, what people think about you. Now, obviously, you can try to condition your kid, I guess, to try to not care about stuff like that and understand that there's more stuff out there to the world. And I guess you having money and being able to travel and show them different things can help them see that there's more outside of school, and what happens there doesn't matter as much. But inevitably, it's going to suck that your kid goes to social studies every single day and the kid in the back row is playing your mom getting banged out. Like, it's going to bother you, right? Now, obviously, with Nina, there's nothing like that. So it's not that far. But I just imagine you're a kid in school, you're just chilling, minding your business, and all of a sudden the kid pulls up the phone and your mom is just like,
all I want is like a big fat sausage just destroying my body.
It's like, yo, I don't know. I don't know. It's just a little bit wild to me, and I can't help but think that there is a little bit of tension in their relationship. And again, whether or not Logan has brought something up to her, it's in his mind. It's 100% got to be in his mind. And he probably doesn't want Dillon to win. So, of course, he's going to just say nothing's wrong and he's going to stick it out and everything. But I'm curious to see where their relationship is a year, 2 years down the road. Because let's just say that the engagement is for a marriage that's going to happen a year or two from now. Like, once this fight is over and him and Dillon are no longer connected anymore, and it doesn't look like, oh, Dillon won because in the moment I left her or I had an argument with her over this stuff, and it's like completely separated from this boxing event, I feel like they're going to have some conversations. I could be wrong, but I feel that way. So comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. I just wanted to cover this. I haven't dropped anything on this channel in a while, but I feel like we could talk about some more stuff like this time and again. So let me know what you guys think, and see you in the next one.